We've had numerous calls and emails over the years wanting to know the difference in the Skyline S3 to the Janome Skyline S5. Well, in this video, we're going to show you similarities and differences in this model. In this video, we're going to show you similarities and differences in these two great models. Maybe this will help you determine which model is going to be right for you. As you can see, both machines are made on the same exact frame. The Skyline S3 and the S5 are going to be the same quality. We're going to notice here from my needle to the inside of the sewing arm on both models 8 1/4 inches, and it's 4.47 on our height. It's a spacious area to work with. Your average sewing machine is going to be between 5 and 6 inches on the throat space. You've got plenty of room to work with, and not only that, the price of right. In this video, we're going to show you similarities and differences in the Janome Skyline S3 to the S5. We've had numerous calls and emails over the years wanting to know the differences and the similarities in the Janome Skyline S3 to the S5. In this video, we're going to show you differences and similarities. Maybe this will help you find out which machine is going to be right for you. The Skyline S3 and S5 is made on the same exact frame. We're going to have the same quality, has the same quality working components, same size motor, there's no difference there. The needle over the years, we've had a lot of calls and emails wanting to know what is the similarities and differences in the Janome Skyline S3 to the S5. In this video, we're going to show those to you, and maybe this will help you find which model in the Skyline series is right for you. As you can see, these two machines look almost identical. The similarities of them is we're going to have the same exact head on these machines. The similarities are these machines are made on the same frame. They're the same size, they use the same motor, 95% of the same working components are in both of them. So you won't have a problem with quality. There's no bigger motor in one or the other, so there's no advantage there. Threading is going to be the same on both of these. They both have the top winding bobbin, same channel all the way to my needle. I will have needle threaders on both models. We have the same LCD screen on both. I can pull up my stitches very easy. One is just as easy to operate as the other. I'm going to have the scissor, I'm going to have the needle up, needle down, I have the auto lock, and I have the reverse, plus I have the start stop on both of them. If you'll notice on the S5, it's in green, there's a little LED light behind that. On the S3, it doesn't have that. We will have the same slider here that overrides the speed of my machine, so I can use it with or without the foot control, and I can override the speed of the machine either way. If I've got the foot control plugged in or out, that's a real nice feature to have on both machines. Both machines have the automatic tension setting on it, and that is super nice to have. You generally do not find this on machines in this price range, so you get to well over a few $1,000s. It's built on both Skyline models. They will have a similar amount of accessories, but the S5 will have a few more accessories that comes with it standard. The S5 will also include the walking foot. Now this is handy to have if I'm working with quilts, if I'm working with delicate fabrics where I want to make sure it's not puckering, maybe I have a problem with it, or your heavier materials that you're working with that you need help feeding through. The walking foot will give us an extra set of feed dogs that's working in the same ratio to the feed dogs built into the machine. Plus I get the straight stitch needle plate with the S5. So on the S3 you can get the walking foot for the S3, and Ken Sewing will carry all the optional accessories for either machine, and we carry everything that's made parts for both machines, so you won't have a problem with either one of those with these machines. Dialing up my stitches is going to be the same. I have the same touchpad. There are more controls built on the S5 to the S3. If you'll notice, this button here is an elongation button. I do not have that on the S3. So for our scallop and decorative stitches, I can actually stretch that stitch out as well as make it wider. That's what the elongation does. I do have a lock on the S5 and it's not on the S3. So I can lock my machine if I'm going to be away from it. If you have little ones or afraid somebody may accidentally hit the start button or hit a foot control, you can lock that machine so it won't happen while you're away. Another main difference on both of these machines, I have more lighting on the S5 to the S3. I have LED lighting here and around my needle. On the S3, it's just going to be around the needle. If you do need an extra LED light, we do carry different LED lights that's made for sewing machines. So if you want to have a light there, you can do that. A big major difference in both of these, the S3 does the standard 7mm width. That's the widest stitch this machine will do. That's pretty much been the standard with Janome up to about 10 years ago. They started making machines that offer a 9mm width. The Skyline S5 is the first model in the Janome line that will do a 9mm width. This goes all the way up to the top of the line machine. So if you're wanting to have that wider stitch and not spend thousands of dollars, the S5 would be a good choice to take a look at that's going to give you that. There's a lot of other presser feet that are made for the 9mm machines. They don't interchange with each other. So you make sure when you purchase that machine, if you already have a previous model that does 7mm, the S3 may be one you want to look at, because all those snap-on presser feet and high shank presser feet will work on this. If you're going to the S5, just keep it in mind, these use the 9mm presser feet. The older 7mm will not work on these the way the snap-on adapter is made on the machines. Both machines give us the 7-point feed dog system, a large needle thread. Both machines give us the 7-point feed dog system, the large needle plate with markings, the top drop-in bobbin. Both are just as equally easy to thread as the other, so there's no issue there when it comes to differences. The S5 does have a place for the knee lift. Now the knee lift will help me to raise and lower my presser foot while just using my knee. It's an adapter that goes right in here. It will come with the S5. The S3 does not have that capability. There's a place here for it, but at the manufacturer, they do not install that on the machine. That is a pretty costly item to add to a machine that comes standard built in to the S5. The S3 does have 120 built-in sewing stitches on it. It has 7 different styles of one-step buttonhole. On my S5, I have 170 stitches built in, and I have 10 different styles of the one-step buttonhole built in on it. And Ken Sewing Center is your authorized Janome dealer. We carry every model Janome makes. We're one of the largest dealers in the country, and you're going to get our premium support package with any machine that you purchase from us. No matter what you go with, if you have a question, just be sitting in front of your machine. We can talk you through things over the phone, walk you through how to do different operations on the machine. If you need to know what presser foot you need to be able to do a certain project, or if you need a replacement part, we're able to help you with that. We have a lot more information on both the S3 and the S5 on our website. We have great pricing on both, and be glad to send one right to you. We want to make sure that you get the machine that's right for you. We have had numerous emails and calls wanting to know what are the difference between the Janome Skyline S3 to the Janome Skyline S5. In this video, we're going to show you similarities and differences in both models, because they look almost identical, but there is quite a bit of difference in both, and maybe that'll help you find the right Skyline model to fit your needs. As you can see, both of these machines look almost identical. They're the same size. From our needle to the inside of the sewing arm is 8 1/4 inches. It's 4.47 inches high here within our sewing arm, so we have plenty of room to work with on our garment. Your average sewing machine is going to be between 5 inches and 6 inches on our throat space, and those machines most of the time are priced very similar to what you'll see on these two models. So having a larger machine just gives me a lot more room to work with my garment. I'm not having to wrestle at the needle with the fabric. I got plenty of room for it to feed, so it's not bogging the machine down. Both machines have the same size motor, so there's not one advantage or the other to go with one based on motor size or based on machine size. Both of these machines thread the same exact way. I have the horizontal spool pin. Everything is going to be channeled for me all the way down to my needle. Both have needle threaders. Both are going to have the adjustable pressure that's pressing down onto my pressure foot, and I can adjust that. Both have the automatic tension. You generally do not find machines in this price range with automatic tension. So those are great features to have on either one. Both will give me the speed slider that overrides the speed of the machine. They both have the scissor, needle up, needle down, auto lock, and the reverse. Now on the S5, we have a little light behind our start stop button. On the S3, it doesn't have that. We will have the same black and white LCD screen that gives me all the same information as to what stitch I'm on, what pressure foot to have on the machine, a little picture of the stitch. My width and length buttons are right here for me. I can easily take care of all that. Now, both machines will have the touchpad, but there's a little difference here on the touchpad. If you'll notice, here on the S5, I have an elongation feature. That is great to have if I'm working with any of my scallop stitches or decorative stitches, because it's going to stretch the machine out as well as make it wider. That is a nice feature to have on any machine. Also, there's a lock button, so I can actually lock this machine when I'm not away. If you have little ones around, or somebody you're afraid may accidentally step on the foot control, or could be around to get their hands onto the start-stop button, while you're away, you can lock it, and no matter what button you push, it's not going to do anything. I can hit the start-stop button, it's not going to do anything. I don't have that feature on the S3, and I can simply unlock it and go back to what I'm wanting to do. Both machines will have the same 7-point feed dog system that's touching the fabric in 7 places, helping to feed those materials. They both have the big wide needle plate that's metal with the markings. Both are top drop-in bobbin, so those are going to be just as easily equal to thread as well. So another big similarity that you'll find on these machines is the amount of accessories that are available for them. There are so many that comes with it, but there's a lot of optional accessories for both, and Ken's Sewing Center will carry those. But while we're talking about accessories, the S5 does come with more standard accessories than the S3. One being the walking foot. This is probably one of the more popular attachments. It's probably one of the more expensive attachments as well. That comes standard with the S5, and that's used a lot of times in quilting, because you'll get a set of feed dogs built into this attachment, and it goes onto my pressure foot bar, and it works in the same ratio as the feed dogs built into the machine, helping me feed thicker materials like spongy quilts, or maybe you're working with garment grade leather, or maybe you have a fabric that has a slick coating to it that's very hard for any machine to feed. Having a walking foot is very critical in feeding those materials. You can get that for the S3, and Ken's Sewing Center will carry all the optional and standard accessories for both models. We also carry all the parts made for either one, so if you have need of anything over the life of the machine, you can call us. Over the life of the machine, you can call us for help on how to use the machine. If you feel like you're having a problem with it, I have 4 technicians that can help you, and we're here 6 days a week to help you with any kind of question that you may have need of. I have educators that can help you select the right presser foot and even learn how to use the presser feet for either one of these models. The S5 also will come with the straight stitch needle plate. That is a great accessory to have if you're into quilting or doing free motion work. You quilters know and expect to have a straight stitch needle plate that'll come with it. This will come with that machine standard. It does not come with the S3. Some differences you'll find, we've pointed out on our touchpad, but if you'll notice on the S5, there's more lighting here than you'll see on the S3. I have LED lighting here that's illuminating the bed of the machine, as well as LED lighting all the way around my needle plate area, so it illuminates it. On the S3, we do not have that under the throat. I do have it around the needle, so you can get optional LED lights that you can attach underneath the bed of the machine here, and Ken Sewing will carry all those. We can help you with any of those type of things that you may have need of. One of the biggest difference in both of these machines is the stitch width. Now, the Skyline S3 does a standard 7mm width stitch. That has always been the standard with Janome. Up till about 10-15 years ago, they started making models that did a 9mm width. The S5 is the first model in the Janome line that does a 9mm width stitch. You can tell a difference if you're working with your decorative stitches with a machine that does 9mm. This goes all the way up, the same 9mm width, to the top of the line current. So all the snap-on pressure feet will be the same as you move all the way up the Janome line. The S3 and S5 feet do not interchange, so you can't put S3 foot on a 5. They will not snap on, nor would they work, because this machine does a little bit wider stitch. So do keep that in mind. If you have a model in the Janome line that's an older model that takes the 7mm feet, it will work on the S3, but you can't go to the S5 and use those. So just do keep that in mind while you're selecting the machine that you're looking at. Another difference you'll notice is right here. This is a place for a knee lift to go in. It's an attachment that plugs in the front of the machine to help me raise and lower my pressure foot. It's not available and can not be installed on the S3. So that's really handy for you quilters, those that want to keep both hands on fabric and raise and lower the pressure foot using your knee. On the S5, you'll just use the standard lever that's built on the back side of the machine to raise and lower the pressure foot. Another big difference, number of stitches. The S3 will have 120 stitches built in, and it has 7 different styles of one-step buttonhole. The S5 will give me 170 stitches, and it has 10 different styles of one-step buttonhole. I will also get more alphabet fonts built in on the S5 versus the S3. So I hope this video has helped you, just give you brief an overview of what both machines do, what's built in, and the differences. Ken Sewing Center will be glad to help you find the right Skyline machine for you. Feel free, check out our website because we have more information on both. We have detailed product videos demonstrating both machines. You can give us a call or drop us an email. We'll be glad to help find the right machine to meet your needs. Ken Sewing Center is your authorized Janome dealer. We've been an authorized Janome dealer since 1971. Any machine you purchase from us, you're going to get our premium support package. I have 4 full-time technicians here to help you 6 days a week. I have several educators that can help you with any kind of question you may have need of for your machine. You got us for the life you own that machine. Let us help you find the right Skyline machine for you, or any other machine for that matter. Pick up the phone and give us a call, or drop us an email anytime. We'll be glad to help you.